We look at how to prevent attacks against each of OWASP top 10 API security vulnerabilities. Tip number 1. Broken object-level authorization. A stricter access control policy coupled with random and unpredictable user ID values is hard to guess. Check authorization for each client request access to backend. Tip number 2. Broken object-level authorization. Implement stricter protection including but not limited to factors such as strong credential encryption, failed login attempts limit, authentication token validation. Tip number 3. Excessive data exposure. Never process user input on the server side without any validation. Threat model the information based on how data flows from the endpoints to the client and vice versa and review the data filtering. Tip number 4. Lack of resources and rate limiting. Implement size and resources rate limiting such as several items to be required in a single API request, or a maximum number of records that can be retrieved. Tip number 5. Broken function level authorization. Deploy a standard approach to authorize client requests and avoid function level authorization. Deny all access by default, and allow explicitly. Tip number 6. Mass assignment. Define properties that a client can access and avoid direct mapping of client inputs to internal variables or object names. Tip number 7. Security misconfiguration. Perform regular penetration testing of your web application and API. Perform regular secure hardening reviews against the hosting server. Tip number 8. Injection. Prevention measures against SQL injection attacks are effective by separating data from commands and queries. Use of prepared statements, with parameterized queries, is how developers should write database queries. Tip number 9. Improper assets management. Review and retire older versions that are no more required. There should be clear segregation at the user, network and functional level between production and non-production environments. Tip number 10. Insufficient logging and monitoring. Deploy a monitoring solution to monitor logs for APIs and infrastructure continuously. Review and ensure all necessary log levels are in place for all API endpoints. Get in touch with us. Our team of skilled security experts ensure comprehensive coverage for web application risks. https://thecipher.com/